From Hamilton's game-changing impact at Ferrari to Ben Sulayem rejecting diversity quotas and Red Bull's engine problems threatening Verstappen's future, this is your F1 News Update. Bernie Ecclestone has launched another pointed critique of Lewis Hamilton, this time targeting everything from the 7-time world champion's fashion choices to his musical pursuits. The former Formula One Supremo's latest comments come as Hamilton prepares for his highly anticipated move to Ferrari. In a revealing interview with The Telegraph, Ecclestone remarked, "Lewis gets himself up front in a way where you can dislike him," Ecclestone stated, taking specific aim at Hamilton's distinctive style. How a guy who has won a few world titles and has a few dollars in the bank can dress the way he dresses. I'm not a fan of that. Ecclestone went further, questioning Hamilton's place among F1's greatest drivers. He has a lot of talent as a driver. As much as people credit him with? No, but still enough to win races. The former F1 boss also expressed skepticism about Hamilton's ventures outside racing, particularly his music career, stating, "I don't know why he does all this other nonsense." Hamilton has maintained his composure in response to Ecclestone's previous criticisms, notably dismissing him as an older voice, no longer representative of modern Formula One. This came after Ecclestone's controversial statements about Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump, which prompted Hamilton to call for broadcasters to stop giving platform to such views, warning they could put us back decades. What's your take on Ecclestone's comments? Do you think his criticism of Hamilton's interests outside F1 is justified, or should drivers be free to pursue other passions alongside their racing careers? The FIA has taken a firm stance against implementing diversity quotas within motorsport's governing body, asserting that all positions must be earned through merit and competence. The solution is in training. The solution is bringing people in, he stated, emphasising that hiring based solely on diversity criteria would be an insult to qualified candidates. The FIA President highlighted that women currently serving in the organisation have earned their positions through capability rather than fulfilling predetermined quotas. "We accept women based on their merit and credibility because they are good," Ben Sulayem explained, elaborating on the FIA's hiring philosophy regarding international representation. "We hire non-European people from other countries because they are good, they are trained, they have the passion to compete. Not because, oh, I have to have this colour, this religion." What are your thoughts on merit-based hiring versus diversity quotas in motorsport? Share your perspective in the comments below. Ferrari's atmosphere has already transformed with Lewis Hamilton's arrival, claims former FIA steward Johnny Herbert, who believes Hamilton's influence marks the beginning of a new era for the Italian team. Hamilton's quest for an 8th world championship, which slipped through his fingers in the dramatic 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, could find its perfect conclusion with Ferrari. Since that pivotal moment, Hamilton's mere 2 victories during Mercedes' struggles with new regulations have only fueled his hunger for success. Herbert draws parallels between Hamilton's leadership and Michael Schumacher's transformative impact, noting that Hamilton's presence has already initiated a massive change in the mentality at Ferrari. "There's going to be so many lovely stories that are going to come this year," Herbert shared. "This is the perfect scenario for Lewis, for Fred, and maybe for Leclerc as well, for everything to come together, and then they get back to the championship-winning ways." Herbert emphasises Hamilton's exceptional ability to communicate his needs to the team, a skill that proved crucial in Schumacher's era. Someone like Hamilton has that wonderful ability to be able to explain what is going on underneath them in the car and what they're expecting from the car. What do you think about Herbert's comments about Hamilton's impact at Ferrari? Could this be the partnership that brings both Hamilton, his 8th title, and Ferrari their long-awaited return to glory? Latest reports from Autosprint reveal significant concerns surrounding Red Bull Powertrain's development of their 2026 Formula One power unit. With the ambitious project marking Red Bull's first independent engine venture, industry insiders suggest the power unit is far from granite, in terms of both performance and reliability. The timeline pressure is mounting, as Red Bull has just over a year to perfect their power unit, before its scheduled 2026 debut. This development comes at a crucial juncture, with F1 transitioning to new regulations that will see power units running on 100% sustainable fuels and a 50-50 split between electrical and combustion power. These challenges echo the difficulties Renault faced in 2014 when adapting to new power unit regulations, raising questions about Red Bull's ability to maintain their competitive edge. The situation appears more precarious given Red Bull's substantial investment in their powertrains division following Honda's initial withdrawal announcement. While Ford has joined as a technical partner, the project's success remains uncertain. Recent developments, including McLaren's decision to stick with Mercedes power and Alpine's new Mercedes partnership from 2026, suggest growing industry skepticism about Red Bull's power unit program. Max Verstappen's camp is reportedly monitoring the situation closely, understanding that power unit performance will be crucial for maintaining Red Bull's competitive position under the new regulations. The possibility of Verstappen considering other options, particularly Mercedes, and the £1 billion offer from Aston Martin, is said to be increasing day by day. What's your take on Red Bull's engine development situation? Do you think they can overcome these challenges before 2026? Or will this mark the end of their dominant era in Formula One? FIA President shared insights into Max Verstappen's community service in Rwanda, which stemmed from the driver's controversial language during the Singapore Grand Prix press conference. The FIA president spoke warmly about his relationship with Formula One drivers, describing them as his children, when discussing Verstappen's initial apprehension about the sanction. I spoke to him in Qatar. He was nervous, but I suggested that he inspire girls and boys, and he thought it would be positive. He went to Rwanda, hugged them, and it was very nice for them. Ben Sulayem shared an interesting anecdote about Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff, whose young son had begun repeating language heard during races. If you control yourself in an F1 car, you can check your words. The FIA president defended his controversial decision to expand the F1 grid. We are aware that last year there was a big attack on me due to the opening to an 11th team. Now we have an 11th team. If the right team arrives, the FIA will open the expression of interest. We are not afraid of anyone, he declared. What's your take on Ben Sulayem's leadership style? Do you think his approach of transforming penalties into positive opportunities is the right direction for Formula One? Lewis Hamilton hasn't even driven the SF25 yet, but reports suggest he already feels more at home in Ferrari's cars than he did at Mercedes. According to the La Gazzetta dello Sport, Hamilton was immediately comfortable in the Ferrari and reportedly praised its handling and balance. His confidence in the car was evident from the start, with reports suggesting that he was already experimenting with different setups during his first Fiorano test. He was already trying out different things on the track, rather than simply completing his laps. Hamilton's next Ferrari appearance will be on February 18th at the O2 Arena in London. Ferrari will showcase a render of the SF25 before holding its official presentation in Maranello on February 19th. After the launch, Hamilton and Leclerc will take their first laps in the SF25 before heading to Bahrain for pre-season testing from February 26th to 28th. Could Hamilton's early confidence in Ferrari be a sign of things to come in 2025? Will he finally have the car to challenge for an 8th title? Let us know what you think in the comments. Will Hamilton's leadership transform Ferrari into title contenders? Should F1 enforce diversity quotas? Or is merit-based hiring the right approach? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell for more F1 updates.